Hello, and thank you for viewing our presentation for admitted students. I'm your host, Mark Munzer. I'm a double alumnus of RIT and Senior Associate Director of Undergraduate Admissions. I've been with the admissions team since 2001. I feel very fortunate to be a part of such a dynamic and forward-thinking university that has helped students transform their lives and discover all sorts of tremendous professional and personal opportunities. On behalf of the entire RIT community, congratulations on your acceptance to RIT. Please give yourself a pat on the back for all that you have achieved to arrive at this moment. Also, please take a moment to thank the people in your life, family, friends, educators, and community members, anyone that has supported you throughout your life thus far. While some of you may have already selected RIT, we know some of you are still getting to know RIT and have not yet made your university choice. The primary goals of this session are to provide you with information about RIT and also inform you about next steps after you commit to the university. We want to provide you with a glimpse of the accepted student profile for the 2020 class. You can see on this slide that we saw a significant increase in the number of students applying for admission, which has resulted in one of the most academically impressive classes RIT has ever seen. Our applicants hail from all 50 states and over 100 countries. The largest states represented in our accepted student class are pictured here, and the largest countries represented in the accepted student class are from China, India, Vietnam, Pakistan, South Korea, Nigeria, Nepal, Bangladesh, Ethiopia, and Canada. Next, let me give you an overview of RIT and the many academic opportunities available for you here. RIT is home to more than 16,600 students, of which almost 14,000 are undergraduates. If you include our international campuses, our total enrollment is more than 19,000. RIT is one of the largest private universities in the U.S. You'll meet students here from all 50 states and more than 90 countries. We have more than 2,600 international students, 2,000 students who identify as part of the Alana population, African American, Latin American, and Native American, and another form of diversity you won't find in many places. RIT is home to more than 1,000 students who are deaf or hard of hearing. One of RIT's 9 colleges is the National Technical Institute for the Deaf, or NTID. So it's very common that you'll see students using American Sign Language around campus, and it's a very easy place to learn sign language. It's an important part of our inclusive culture, and it's truly one of my favorite things about RIT. Even though I talked about RIT being a larger size university, once you set foot in our classroom, you'll realize that it doesn't feel like such a big place. Our average class size is only 22, and our student-to-faculty ratio is 13:1. All of our classes are faculty taught, with the exception of a few lab science sections. As I mentioned, RIT is home to 9 colleges. Because it is an institute of technology, it probably won't surprise you to hear that the 2 largest colleges on campus are the College of Engineering and the College of Computing and Information Sciences. However, as a comprehensive university, RIT is so much more than that. We also have a very large College of Art and Design, a College of Business, a College of Engineering Technology, a College of Liberal Arts, a College of Science, and a separate College of Health Sciences and Technology. And again, the National Technical Institute for the Deaf. The variety of STEM and non-STEM programs allows RIT students to create some interesting combinations of majors and minors, double majors, or even design their own unique majors through our School of Individualized Study. Should you decide you wish to change majors while at RIT, you would contact the academic department you wish to change into. As long as there is availability in your desired program and you are in good academic standing, this is an easy and straightforward process. Should you wish to change majors prior to starting at RIT, simply contact me or the undergraduate admission office at admissions@rit.edu, and we will evaluate availability and your academic qualifications. And for students who decide that getting a master's degree is in their best interest, we do offer more than 40 accelerated bachelor's master's programs. You can apply for an accelerated bachelor's master's program as a second-year student, and if accepted, pay undergraduate tuition for the duration of your study, as both degrees are awarded simultaneously at completion. We also have a +1 MBA program, which you can apply for in your later years at RIT. When you graduate from college, I'm assuming that most of you want to have a meaningful career and a well-paying one as well. And that's what we want for you as well. If you take nothing away from this presentation, please understand that RIT is very career focused. We want to provide you with a great education, and we also want to prepare you for what's next, what happens after you graduate and leave the university. The best way that we know how to provide this to you is through an experience-based education. Experiential learning at RIT can take many forms depending on your major and what's of interest to you, and includes things such as undergraduate research, entrepreneurship, activities that involve high levels of innovation and creativity, study abroad, work abroad, senior year capstone projects with a faculty mentor, lots of in-classroom projects, lab work and studio-based projects, community service, clinical experiences, internships, and at the heart of our experiential learning program, co-op. We offer all of these opportunities. Let's first speak a little bit about research, which is one of our experiential learning opportunities. A few examples of RIT's core research areas are listed on this slide, but there are many others. Research is available beginning in your first year on a part-time basis during the academic year and on a full-time basis in the summer. An undergraduate research symposium is offered in August where students can present research findings to faculty, staff, alumni, and fellow students. One of the many exciting changes over the last decade is the increase of student involvement in innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship, and the university has responded by providing the people and facilities to move their ideas forward. Are you familiar with the show Shark Tank? At RIT, we have our own version called Tiger Tank, an annual event that allows students to pitch their business ideas to a panel of judges and compete for cash prizes. Our newest building on campus, which if you visited, you may have experienced, Magic Spell Studio. Magic, which stands for Media Arts, Games, Interaction, and Creativity, opened its doors in October 2018. It's a hub for digital media interested students, primarily in the schools of art, design, film and animation, and interactive games and media. It features a 7,000 square foot soundstage, virtual reality labs, stop motion animation facilities, professional color correction and sound mixing facilities, and serves as an incubator to launch games, apps, and other creative for-profit ventures. Each spring, we host an innovation and creativity festival, Imagine RIT. Unfortunately, due to the coronavirus, it will not be offered this year, but we'll have it again next year. This free event was the idea of former RIT President William Dessler. Soon after starting at RIT, he realized there were countless examples of innovation and creativity here that people outside the RIT community hadn't seen. So we decided to have a day where we would invite the rest of the world to come to campus and see what's happening here. Typical attendance is approximately 30,000 attendees for the one-day event. And I have met many interested students and read countless essays over the years that have shared that attending Imagine RIT influenced them in a profound way as a young person, as young as elementary school age, and made them more excited about joining the RIT community. Facilities like the Simone Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, the Student Incubator, and yet to be named new Makerspace, along with the guidance of professional mentors, provide students with the support they need to bring their ideas and dreams to fruition. Studying abroad or working abroad can be a life-changing form of experiential learning. RIT is fortunate to have campuses in several countries around the globe. In addition, you can study abroad with one or of our many partner universities. Depending on your major and country of interest, you may be able to progress in your academic program while abroad. Otherwise, we would work with you through your advisor to maximize the fulfillment of general education and free elective requirements. RIT also supports work abroad experiences, which allow you to satisfy a co-op requirement while having a culturally enriching experience. I actually worked after I graduated in Germany for 2 years and can personally attest that having an overseas experience was really life-changing in so many countless positive ways and helped me understand American culture more while living abroad, in addition to having a full immersive language and cultural experience. Of course, employers value global experience when deciding who to interview or hire for co-op and full-time positions. Speaking of co-op, co-ops are a form of internship because internships can be full or part-time, paid or unpaid. Co-ops, however, are full-time paid professional work experiences. We've been offering co-op at RIT for more than 100 years. We have one of the oldest and largest co-op programs in the world with over 3,400 employment partners spanning 50 states and 30 countries. Students are not limited with their co-ops to Rochester or the Rochester area. When they're on co-op, they can co-op in other cities, other states, or abroad, as we talked about earlier. Most co-ops last 3 to 4 months, either a summer or semester, but some students will combine a summer with a traditional semester for a longer experience. Co-ops are tuition-free and are non-credit bearing. No tuition is charged to students during their co-ops. You're actually being paid by your employer. Last year, co-op students in our colleges of art, design, engineering, and engineering technology averaged more than $700 per week while in co-op. Computing students averaged just under $900 per week, and the bioinformatics students in our College of Science earn more than $1,000 per week. Those are just averages, but as you can imagine, this certainly helps students finance the later years of their studies. Our Career Services and Cooperative Education Office hosts several career fairs throughout the academic year. There are 2 very large career fairs hosted in the Gordon Fieldhouse, one in the fall and one in the spring, that typically attract over 250 companies and over 800 recruiters to campus. We also have smaller career fairs that can be described as boutique-style fairs that target either specific types of careers, such as business careers, liberal arts careers, nonprofit jobs, government jobs, creative careers. But then we also have specific career fairs for certain majors, like packaging science has their own career fair. We also, on any given day, may host a variety of employers for interviews that take place right here in the Bausch and Lomb Center, which is also where the admissions office is located. Here are some sample co-op schedules for you to view, depending on what major you're admitted to and you're going to be part of here at RIT. Some majors require several co-ops that in total add up to be about a year's worth of experience. These tend to be more in engineering technology, computer science. Those are 5-year programs, but you only pay 4 years of tuition, and those tuition payments would be spread out over a longer period of time over the 5-year period. Other majors on campus typically require anywhere from 3 to 9 months of co-op that would be typically completed during the summertime and allow students to still graduate in 4 years. And then some of our programs have optional co-op where it's not required for graduation, but it would still be recommended and encouraged and supported here by our Career Services and Cooperative Education Office. They're here to help all students, regardless of your major, with any type of job search, resume writing, interview skills, how to network successfully within your industry, how to approach a career fair setting, how to negotiate a salary, all really important skills. So you can see the 2 different example schedules. It's really nice to be able to have these alternating learning and then practicing experiences out in the professional environment, and then applying what you've learned back in the classroom and then back out on your next co-op experience. It really helps accentuate both experiences, and just is a very enriching opportunity for students. Some of you may be wondering about the 5-year commitment for some of the programs that are 5 years. It does take you longer to graduate. However, the benefits tend to outweigh the negatives of a longer time of study, because you get a chance to apply what you're learning in a professional environment like we talked about. It can also be great validation about the major that you are part of, and if that's the degree that you want to earn. Some students will find out pretty early on in their studies through a co-op experience that they want to shift directions within their field, or maybe change their major, and it's better to realize that earlier rather than later. You have a chance to build a professional network before you graduate. You're having these paid experiences and not paying tuition during that time, so that helps finance your education, especially in those later years. And it's very common for students to have multiple job offers from co-op employers prior to when they graduate, which just gives students more choices after graduation. And of course, you have experience going through a professional job search. You've got a developed resume already. You have confidence in an interview situation. So those are all really positive things. I like to say that when a student graduates from RIT, they have a strong sense of what they want to do and a competitive advantage over students who have not yet had significant professional experiences while still a student. As you'd probably expect, the experience you get as an RIT student pays off. We survey our seniors each year about their employment status within 6 months of graduating. For our class of 2018, our outcome rate was almost 95%, and that includes a breakdown of the students who are employed in their field, who are pursuing graduate study, or that have alternative plans such as the Peace Corps, Teach America, or the military. The class of 2019 information will be available very soon. You can see here also a small sample of our list of employer partners, but you can get a lot more information by checking out joboutlook.rit.edu. Within that site, you can see specific outcomes by major, including average co-op and starting salaries, typical job titles, and employer partner specific information for that major. And if you need assistance locating that major specific information on that page, please feel free to reach out to me for assistance. I'll be happy to help you. And again, that's joboutlook.rit.edu. Now let's talk about understanding the types of financial aid and scholarships and the appeal process should you have concerns about affordability. There are 3 main ways to finance your education. First Gift aid is funding that you do not need to pay back. Grants are awarded based on financial need and could be awarded by RIT, your home state in some cases, or the federal government. Scholarships are typically based on achievement and can be awarded by RIT or outside organizations. And then vocational rehabilitation, also known as VR, is provided by state agencies to students who meet specific requirements. For example, many of our NTID students qualify for VR funding. A second means is through borrowing, also known as educational loans. There are a variety of student and parent loan programs available, so be sure to understand the terms of the loan and repayment expectations before you accept any of those. And then thirdly is student employment, which will be expanded upon as part of the next slide. Hopefully by now, if you applied for financial aid via the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you have received your financial aid award. If not, please email the Financial Aid and Scholarships Office at ritaid@rit.edu to inquire on the status of your award. Please read the Understanding Your Undergraduate Financial Aid Award brochure, pictured here on the right, thoroughly and let us know if you have any questions. Once you commit to RIT by paying your $500 deposit, you will be able to access e-services, which includes the ability to view your awards, accept or decline loans, and see what else may be needed to facilitate the awarding of aid you are eligible for. If you have concerns about the ability to pay the $500 deposit, feel free to contact me or email us at admissions@rit.edu, and we can discuss options with you. If you qualify for work study, federal work study that is, you will see this listed as part of your financial aid award. If not, you are still eligible for campus employment. In both cases, you are eligible to work up to 20 hours per week on campus, and it's up to you to decide which on-campus positions you apply to. Once employed, you get paid directly by RIT, and you may choose how you spend your earnings. Student employment is a major component of the RIT workforce, and you will find on-campus employers to be flexible and understanding of your educational and class commitments. We believe that pursuing an RIT education is a valuable investment in your future. Affordability is also very important to us. The world has changed significantly this year, and we realize that the situation faced by you and your family may be very different than when you completed your FAFSA just a short while ago. In order to consider these changes and make potential adjustments to your aid award, we need to hear from you. Please utilize the online appeal process at rit.edu/aidappeal, and we will respond to your request as soon as possible, usually within 1 to 3 business days. A second appeal is permitted if you still have affordability concerns after your initial appeal. On a lighter note, let's give a preview to what you may expect at RIT outside of the classroom. You'll be happy to know that there's more to RIT than just classes and co-ops. We have more than 300 active clubs on campus and host more than 1,300 events here each year. The diversity of the student body and their wide-ranging interests are really showcased through the variety of clubs offered. Just about 10% of our students participate in fraternities and sororities, also known as Greek life. They're extremely philanthropic organizations, and many of them have houses right on campus. RIT has 24 varsity teams for men and women, including Division I programs in men and women's hockey. We also have one of the top Division III lacrosse programs in the country, and many of our teams do go to the NCAA tournament each year. The Division III teams compete in the Liberty League against other upstate rivals, including Clarkson, St. Lawrence, Vassar, Union, Bard, RPI, Ithaca, Hobart-William-Smith Colleges, Skidmore, and the University of Rochester. Go Tigers! If you like to participate in sports but not at the varsity level, we have a long list of club, intramural, and recreational sports too. Club sports have practice sessions and compete against local and regional colleges. Intramural sports may or may not have practice sessions and compete against other RIT teams. Recreational activities and sports may meet once or twice per semester, like a hiking or a rafting trip, or may meet once a week and are considered for fun more than competitive. There are over 100 recreational opportunities offered per semester. If anyone is interested in esports, there are over 1,000 students that are a member of one or more RIT esport teams. At our campus bookstore, you can even buy RIT esports apparel. RIT has won several championships in the recent years, including in Dota 2, Drop Zone, and Rainbow Six Siege. I personally have no idea what those games are. I'm from the Atari and the original Nintendo generation, super old school, but I love hearing about the success of our esports teams and all of their competitions. More than 1,000 RIT students participate in performing arts each year, from theater and improv to dance and music ensembles. We offer several academic minors in music and theater. Our students are very involved in Rochester's annual Fringe Festival and other Rochester activities. We have new performance spaces planned for theater and dance, and we now offer performing arts scholarships. One of RIT's goals that is near and dear to President Munson's heart is to develop the leading performing arts program in the nation for non-majors. I think we're well on our way to this goal. RIT is a residential campus offering a mix of residence halls, suites, and apartments. Students can apply for special interest housing such as Art House, Photo House, Computer Science House, Engineering House, Unity House, International House, the House of General Science, to name a few. And also academic and lifestyle floors are available, such as honors housing or gender inclusive housing. In all of my years associated with the university, I always look forward to eating on campus regardless of the location. RIT Dining, which offers a range of dining options across campus, including dining halls, markets, cafes, bakeries, and coffee shops. We're also home to the only Ben & Jerry's in the greater Rochester area. RIT Dining does an excellent job of providing food and allergy information to those who need it, and our main first-year dining hall is peanut-free. As you would expect, RIT has a post office, a fitness center, computing labs, and numerous laundry rooms. However, the one thing students seem to remember most about their campus tour is that we have tunnels that connect the residence halls and two of the major dining halls, and they certainly come in handy on chilly winter days. RIT has a strong and robust network of support on campus to help you be successful academically and personally. Here's a listing of some of RIT's support services. Of note, every student is assigned a professional staff academic advisor before they arrive. They help students with course selection, provide guidance on various academic options, and offer information about progression towards on-times graduation. I encourage you to visit any of these office websites for detailed information about the wide range of services and programming they offer. We are truly fortunate to have the breadth and depth of support offered on campus to our students. Orientation is a week filled with activities to help acquaint students and parents with the physical campus and university resources. Parents are welcome to participate in sessions during the first day and a half of orientation before heading home. The goal of the week is to have students feel acclimated and prepared to be successful as they begin their first semester as Tigers. Detailed information can be found on the RIT orientation website and will be communicated via RIT email over the summer. Part of the first year experience is a once-a-week classroom meeting called RIT 365. Offered for 20 years under various names, this program has helped students find success both personally and academically and enhance their RIT experience. Next, let's discuss some of the actionable items and timelines of what to expect and plan for this spring and summer. We have extended the acceptance of admission deposit deadline to June 1st due to the coronavirus. The $500 deposit amount will be credited towards your fall semester bill. As mentioned earlier, if you have financial concerns about paying the $500 deposit, please contact us. Once your deposit is received, you will be able to activate your RIT student account and RIT email address. This will then become the primary email address to receive all communication from RIT, so it is important that you check it regularly. You will also be able to submit your housing contract, which is due by June 1st. As mentioned earlier, you can accept your financial aid award in e-services. You can grant third-party access, for example, allowing your parents to access your bill, also within e-services. We'll be discussing the housing selection process in greater detail as part of the next slide. If you receive an email asking you to complete the math or writing placement exams, you may do so online, which is recommended, or wait until orientation if needed. The fall semester bill is available starting in early to mid-July and is due in mid-August. Payment plan options are available. Please visit the Student Financial Services website for more information or contact their office with any questions. The Student Financial Services office is separate from the Financial Aid and Scholarships office, so be sure to go to SFS, as we call it, Student Financial Services, for anything related to billing or payments. You will use the online portal mylife.rit.edu to complete your housing contract by June 1st and may also use it to search for potential roommates. The Accepted Student Facebook page may also help you find a potential roommate if you would like. Any roommate designations you would like to make are due by June 8th. They are not required. RIT will assign you a roommate if you do not make a roommate designation. If you are applying to live in a special interest house, we recommend you pay your deposit by May 31st if possible, or earlier, as the special interest house essays are due no later than June 1st. So it'll just give you a little bit extra time to turn those essays in if you pay your deposit a little bit earlier. Special interest house notifications are scheduled to be sent by June 9th, so you don't have long to wait to find out if you're offered a spot in one of their houses or not. Starting on June 10th, you will receive your appointment date and time to select your residence hall room. Assignments are determined based on your deposit date and can range any day between June 17th to June 30th. Residence hall housing is guaranteed for all first-year students, but paying your deposit earlier rather than later will give you more choices when it comes to room selection. Pre-selection of a roommate is not required, as I mentioned earlier. Here are some important dates to plan for. Parents, you may want to make hotel reservations for family orientation, which is August 18th and 19th, and then also for Brick City Homecoming and Family Weekend, which is October 23rd through the 25th. The move-in date for most first-year students is August 18th. Early move-in dates are typically reserved for fall athletes and international students. Classes do begin August 24th, and RIT does not have classes on Labor Day Monday. If you want to make plans for that 3-day weekend, you can. And the complete 2020-2021 academic calendar can be found on the RIT website. It's easiest to just Google on the RIT website or search for academic calendar. In closing, we hope you found this information to be very helpful. If you have any follow-up questions, we recommend that you email us at admissions@rit.edu. Thank you for joining us for this session, and we wish you good luck as you finalize your university choice, and we hope to be able to welcome you to the RIT family this fall. Be well and take care, everyone.